everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the All New Nerds podcast. I believe this is edition 82, if I had to guess.
Edition.
82. I think we've tried to record this episode a couple of times.
A few times.
This might be 82.5.
Second time.
Either way, this is our first podcast since The Mandalorian has come and gone. Every episode is out. The show is 3 seasons
Wrapped
now,
up.
incomplete, sort of wrapped up, even though there's a season 4, but it's sort of wrapped up. And we're here to talk about it, give our takes, and then maybe rate the episodes because, why not?
I think so.
Maybe.
What we do.
There's also been just a ton of industry news. I mean, obviously, Guardians coming out, DC. People have seen the Flash, Indie. So there's obviously
CinemaCon kind of had a lot
in nerd space. Yeah, there's a lot going on in general. But I think
it's been a while since we've done a news roundup podcast.
It's true, but maybe it could be that might be next week's episode after Guardians.
Sure. It's probably true.
But yeah, because Mando.
We can talk about Guardians too, because
Mando is definitely still on the forefront of our minds, though. It's in the discussion.
Yes.
Return of the Jedi was re-released this week. I've seen it again on the big screen, which is amazing. But that movie,
seen it in a few days.
I bring it up though because that movie, more than anything, it really made me realize that Mando is a sequel to that. It's not just a sequel to the OT films. It really is the vibe of specifically Return of the Jedi that I think what John and Dave have really played in and taken from, and that, as we said a million times before, is in conversation on the channel, that action figure-y, more light tone that they're playing in. It's not like Empire or A New Hope. It really is like Jedi. And so now viewing that film and knowing
the first hour of Jedi.
First, yeah, a lot. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think the whole film.
I think both.
Sure,
Yeah,
But this now the show Mando, The Mandalorian, was the sort of sequel to that, the direct sequel. This is what happens, 5 years after. This is the closest thing we've gotten on screen. And now, as Ben said, that story for those two characters, Din Djarin and now Din Grogu, which we can talk about, that whole naming convention, has sort of wrapped up. So yeah, what better time to talk about it than now? The whole thing, seasons 1 through 3. The arc is done. No matter what, even if there is a season 4, which John has said he's written it, the arc of these characters is over. Or at least this arc, I should say.
This arc. They did
This
set
arc,
up a nice little juicy.
It's about as over as you can get, man. They did the whole like
independent contractor.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
They Looney Tuned it. There's clearly a continuation there, but I think that's fair to say. Yeah, this definitely is wrapped up. I think most of the Mandalorian story.
Well, I think there's a lot. Well, I think
there's obviously threads that are.
This was it's like, oh, Mandalorian's back and it's united, and now it's gonna be this big power player going into this whole new New Republic versus Imperial remnants. It's just an era though. I mean, we officially have the sort of the named era, which is I forget the name of it.
It's just the New Republic, I think.
Just New
Republic era,
yeah. But as Filoni said, it's New Republic versus Imperial remnants, and
well, to quickly speculate on that, as Pelion says in episode 7, chapter 23, he's like, a resurgent Mandalore would hinder our efforts. So
exactly.
You think? So I mean, it seems like Mandalore. Yeah, Mandalore might be.
Are they gonna miss him?
I think it is a. I think that has happened. I think what he didn't want to happen happened.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
And we're gonna see that. Spoilers, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think, because the ending sort of sets up a Din and Grogu ride off into the sunset, but we know, because we've seen the Ahsoka trailer, Thrawn is coming back, and the Council, the Shadow Council, like in the movie is about this huge fight between the Empire and the Republic. Yeah. So obviously, it's not like things are gonna wind down. Things are only gonna get bigger and bigger. So even though the season ends with and they can go back to doing episodic little adventures, the stakes are only going to get higher. And I think
they can though. But I think Ahsoka is kind of the start of this bigger, grander story.
If the Empire's we got to wipe out Mandalore again, we got to kill all the Mandalorians, and Thrawn shows up to orchestrate the final genocide of the Mandalorians, that's not gonna be we're just hanging out on the farm, small time. Big things are gonna be happening. I
don't think that Mando cares that much. Unless
I wholeheartedly disagree.
What do you mean?
What? I don't think he's ever been anti Empire. If you're talking helping with Mandalore, sure, but I don't think he's gonna go off and be like, oh, Thrawn's back. I gotta go and I'd go and kill Thrawn.
No,
Like,
no, I'm
Well,
saying
no-
no. When
Thrawn's gonna
Thrawn
target
inevitably
the
is
Mandalorian.
targeting Mandalore because Pelion is
Yeah.
especially his number 2.
He's gonna like. I mean, of
Typically
course,
said
Din's
Bo
gonna
and
help out.
Bo and the armor and axe wolves, all of his friends are gonna be like, hey,
Yeah.
come help us fight Thrawn.
Come help us.
And
Yeah.
then at that point,
And that'll probably
maybe
be the season. Hopefully, maybe.
I'm just
Here,
saying, I can see sort of like a couple year break and like we sort of have a more broken down Din. Not broken down, but he's like, hey man, like sort of like Rex in in season 2 of Rebels, where he's just like, he's like, man, like I'm done fighting. Like
Yeah.
like the war is over for me.
Do you think Din has hit that point yet?
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
we're doing a little speculating here. We don't know how long of a jump.
I think that
we're gonna
that
have.
could happen down the line. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But
I
I
don't
don't know about-
I think he is like, I got my kid. Like I have my
Within the next
son.
season.
I have my son now. Like
Yeah,
live
there's
in a
definitely
nice
some
little-
sense of like not retirement, but because he's still doing stuff for the New Republic, so it's. Yeah, I don't know.
Here, sorry, I've been
I know what
looking.
you're saying though.
I wanted to share this piece of art that they did for Star Wars Celebration Europe. Can you pull down the overlay so I can share real quick?
Hmm.
Which is entitled "Guardians of the New Republic," and Mando
Oh,
hadn't
yeah.
wrapped up yet, and so we
Great.
didn't know he
Oh,
was,
There we
But
go.
look, I mean, if he's on this
Dope.
art, Luke,
Yeah.
Ahsoka, now at the end of
Well,
it,
the Darksaber gone.
he's like a ranger. I know, but he's one of the
Yes.
Guardians of the New Republic. So
Yeah.
when they're
This
making
is
art,
horrible. This
These-
is
thi-
official.
This has
you
been,
hate this?
Yeah.
I love this.
I love
You hate it?
the content of it. I think that Ahsoka looks goofy, is really goofy in the front of that. She looks like someone put a sticker on top of that poster. Why, like, are Luke and Mando is like feet,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in the
that's
frame,
true.
and
She's like out of frame. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I think this feels totally 90s to me. Like,
Yeah,
this is,
I think it's.
a callback to the old Bantam
Also,
era.
I've always thought that
I think it's pretty
that
sick.
like that.
Yeah,
Ahsoka
this is
in
the big
top
three. You know?
doesn't look like Rosario like at all. Even though I know it is her.
Anyway, the
Dude,
point being is
it's
that
pretty
they're-
hard to nail Rosario. I don't even know if Hot Toys did it.
I don't
Anyways,
think Hot.
sorry.
The
Yeah, I
point
don't
being,
think that-
the point of
Point
bringing
being-
it up though is that he is going to be, like, even
Yeah,
though it's wrapping down,
one
he's
of
going to
the
be,
big
I think,
three.
one of the big 3.
No,
Going
okay. When I say that he's going to
There's
be
no
like,
doubt
oh,
there.
I don't want to come back. I compared him to Rex. We all know what happens with Rex. I mean,
Yeah, I get that.
he ends up changing his mind. I'm just saying it might take a little doing to get Mando off the farm. I think he's
Maybe so.
happy.
But I still think he is at a point where it's like, like Mandalore is under threat. Like, I don't think he's gonna stand idly by. I think he's gonna get himself mixed up.
A
But
few years though, he's like, I already
I
saved
no,
you.
but I will say that I could see I could see maybe.
I'm saying if he cared that
Stuff
much about
happening over the
Mandalore, he
next
probably would have
season and
settled down with them. The fact that he leaves still to go
Well,
be on
because
his
the
own.
armor tells him to leave.
Yeah, he always has been.
Yeah, because he
independent, but
wants
obviously
to.
loyal to.
Well,
to
it's also
Mandalore,
though it's
but-
explicitly to raise Grogu. He leaves so he can show Grogu the galaxy and train him
Yeah.
to be a Mandalorian. I think he would have settled on Mandalore with his people.
Maybe.
That's fair.
Gotta go hang with his boy Grief.
But I do think he's always been kind of independent too. But yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Either way, I loved
It's
that
exciting.
ending, the happy ending. Him.
I did too.
You love the Looney Tunes ending.
And I think at this point in this little 5-minute conversation we've had, it's established. I mean, the reason they put that whole New Republic scene in there is so he can easily be roped into that larger
Yeah.
narrative.
The
With
independent contractor of the New Republic.
Hey man, I have an independent
That's the new
contract for you.
show.
Go and kill
kill
Grand
Grand
Admiral
Admiral
Thrawn. Go
Yeah,
go
yeah,
and go
that's
and
a good
team
one.
up with Luke Skywalker and
And
Ahsoka
Ahsoka
Tano.
kill Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah. And
And
then the
he-
pick
in
Carson
the movie.
Teva, yeah.
Carson Teva, yeah. Go find
Yeah, Carson-
Luke Skywalker.
I walk
Carson
or
Teva's like
Ahsoka
the Amanda
Tano.
Waller.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of that ending, though, I mean, that was of season 3. And I think, Johnny, every time we've talked about it on the channel, we had a stream, in the reaction video, I think you withheld your final answer about where you put this season compared to the others, or your general rating.
Yeah.
I got to think about it. Have you had some time to process it?
Not a ton, but it is a really hard debate. Because I do like, right off the bat, I could do like 2, 3, 1, but I'm like, 1 is goated. I really love season 1. Underrated season. We've had this constant conversation. I think I'd purely just because of like how like the feelings of season 2 was a lot stronger for me. I love season 3 though. I think it might be 2, 3, 1. I don't know. I think
Do we
that's
all have
right.
different rankings though? Because Ben, you're sort of pantomiming.
Because
Do you have a new
you have
ranking?
what, Ben?
Are you 1, 3, 2 now?
I'm 1, 3, 2.
And I'm
1, 3,
3, 1.
2.
And I'm 3, 1, 2.
So 1's your favorite, huh? Yeah, that's hard. I don't know. It's hard.
One will
I just
always
have
be
like
the best.
I think
Mando
there
season.
is like the not nostalgia. Well, yeah, nostalgia piece to I just can't get out of my head. Like I don't know.
Okay, well, I could subscribe to that argument and then maybe say some of the highs.
I also do think it's a great
two-
season. Just
The highs of 2 were like sure.
highs
Like,
of 2.
those were just good
Yeah.
Star Wars moments. The return of
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker, Bo-Katan, it was great, and Boba
Yeah.
Fett, Ahsoka, great stuff. But if we're just talking like as a season of television, 1 will always be my favorite, followed by 3.
That's
and then
fair.
2 taking
Fair.
up the caboose.
Wow. So you
Wow.
I don't
That's
think
a fine take.
I think I've been very
I know. I don't think I knew
think
one was at top.
As
One
favorite.
has
Yeah,
always
I
been at the
thought-
top. One has always been at the top. I have not changed this take. Go back and watch the stream from the other week. Seriously,
Okay.
Well, anyway,
there.
I think it's
Seriously.
funny we
Go
feel like
check.
different words.
it's there.
So, yeah, I'm 3-1
yeah.
too.
That's pretty crazy. Well,
That's pretty-
shall we do some more rankings maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say if we have these, I think I'm more interested.
Our
Should-
differing opinions.
Should we just get into it? I
in
mean,
different opinions.
yeah,
I'm just
we
gonna-
haven't
So,
done an
we-
episode ranking or a ranking of any kind. in a
Oh,
while on
actually, you
the
know what?
channel.
Let me see if
Like,
there's
I
like
don't,
a
I don't even think we've done a
visual
ranking
tier
of the
list
other
we
2
can-
seasons on a channel.
for Mando, no, I don't think so. No,
The
definitely
episodes?
not
No.
not Andor, not Boba. No, we
No.
haven't done this before actually, but
let me see if there's like an actual tier list we can use for like a visual. Let's see.
we enjoy these though because I think there's just a little bit of a
It's a little bit fun.
some hot takes. There's some hot takes.
I
in there.
do have I do have a list that's the
I think
entire
part of-
show.
Part of what being
Wanna
a
use
fan is
this,
about.
maybe?
or I think part of what's fun about being a fan rather is the disagreements and the conversations you can have.
Civil discourse.
Yeah, civil discourse surrounding it. We're big fans of civil discourse.
Occasionally,
like that.
Occasionally, not
like
so
civil
civil.
Occasionally,
Sometimes it just goes too far.
Occasionally- alright,
When
I'm
Tross
gonna
comes up,
share
it
my
gets
screen here.
dirty. We start playing dirty.
Yeah,
Tross
that's
now.
true. That's true.
But I think we're all fans of
let's,
season 3.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like we've been pretty collective on our thoughts on this season. All right. So, what we're gonna do here, ladies and gentlemen,
Game
is
time
we're gonna
decision.
rank and tier. For game time decision. We're
No,
gonna
no rank,
we're gonna
just
tier
tier.
list every Mandalorian episode from season 1,
I
2,
know.
3. So this is the collective 24.
We called an audible
24.
here. Yeah, no Book of
Yeah,
Boba
yeah.
episodes, but
I personally would
Oh.
include them.
I would.
I
Too,
would-
but
I can look for another.
and the
No.
return of both of them would be very, very high. So
Yeah, that's true.
no, it's all right.
You want to look for another one?
No. This should be fine.
All right.
This is
so-
a Mando podcast.
This is a Mando pod. So,
We can
This is the
debate.
list.
I think Book is Mando, but
it is Mando.
we
Yeah,
can.
well,
If we have
alright.
time at the end, we can throw them in. How about
we
that?
can-
Sure.
Sure.
Let's do. All right. So this is the 24. So I guess we'll just start in order from 1 to 3.
Yeah,
Because
chapter
originally
1.
we were just gonna do season 3, but then we were like, this is probably better.
The
So,
Audible.
Chapter
We're
1.
gonna
The
we'll
Mandalorian,
vote and then average. So
directed
let's,
by Dave
yeah.
Filoni.
Yes.
Oof.
This is the
You
know what?
pilot of this whole
This might
show.
not be such a great tier list. This might be just one of those we love Star Wars and everything's like S, A, or B.
Yeah, well, let's talk about it though.
Because I'm like for first episode I want to be like A, but then it's like well, like every episode's an A then. But this is a really great start. I'm sorry, I'm going A.
yeah, I agree with you. This to me,
I would.
The
Great
cold,
start.
the cold open,
agree.
I
I
think
well,
it-
I gotta really gotta think.
cold open, incredible. Man,
Yeah,
the
this A,
shootout,
this A.
the shootout with IG
The shootout. Yeah.
at the
yeah.
end there, the
Great
blurred,
action scene. Hmm.
like
fair.
like the queel.
The child. Oh, you know
Okay.
what? I think I have my.
Everyone
I have my
agrees on
Fs
A,
written
okay.
down. Yeah,
I think
I
think
agree
we
on
talked
that.
about this a little bit too. I mean, yeah, this was the first time. This is our first live action Star Wars TV period. Well, obviously, besides the holiday special, technically, in the in Ewok movies, but you know what I mean. And Dave Filoni,
Right.
it being Dave Filoni directing it, taking us in. Obviously, Dave has only grown in importance for the brand over his time there, and the fact that he got to do this, I think, is really interesting. And I do, Ben, we talk about, you and I specifically seem to go the most back and forth about whether or not he's capable of doing a movie, or whether he can direct. And I think, to me, I look no further than to this episode, which I think is incredibly well directed, but 2, how from each episode he's done, I think he's grown as a director and brought in
Hmm.
more of his animation sensibilities. And because he always talks about how George taught him to direct Clone Wars like live action. And so the transition, and obviously there's a story about him being on the Last Jedi set and Kathy making him talk to Rian Johnson. And I don't know. That's outside. Just in the content, I think this episode in particular shows me he could do a Star Wars movie. Just this in the vibe of this.
Second that. I've had no doubt on Filoni doing a movie. I think he can
I
do
have
it.
lots of doubts on Filoni doing a movie. And if you want my honest opinion, I bet you that Jon Favreau like shadow directed this episode. I think it's very unlikely that Filoni walked in and completely ran the whole thing.
I mean, I definitely think John was heavily involved in this episode, but I don't know if it was a full like shadow directed. But I don't know.
True. But when we get to the Jedi, you think John was involved in that one? I don't think so. I think that's
definitely not. That's Dave, through and through.
All right,
but let's continue.
I've said my piece.
Chapter 2, the child.
Oh, the child. The sin is 3. Yeah. This is Rick Famuyiwa. Rick Famuyiwa's first episode.
Yeah, Rick's first episode.
The most notable thing about this episode, I think, is the first 10 minutes have no dialogue. It is just Mando and Grogu walking on Arvala 7. The Trandoshan fight. The Jawa fight. Jawa music is some of my favorite.
Definitely a side quest step, but it's a good side quest step.
Mudhorn fight.
I think most of season 1 at that point was a quote unquote side quest step, and like this was the episode we learned about Grogu using the Force. And
I don't think. Hold on. While we're here talking about it, I think we have them all laid out here. You can clearly see the first 3 are like an arc. The middle 3 are the side quote unquote side quest, and then the last 2 are a 2-parter. That's the way the season is formatted. I disagree that this was a side quest. This is very much part of the main.
I would say that. Well, I wasn't one who said the side quest line, but I just think that if you were to I would say that this season for the most part is like pretty unique stories within themselves. The arc does carry over, but this is mostly the Mudhorn fight.
Yeah, I do think this is a side quest step to a degree. Great stuff though. I don't know. Yeah, because it could have just jumped from 1 to 3.
This is a B for you. Interesting. I like the child a lot. This to me.
I do too, but I do think it's a B.
I was gonna say S.
And I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I was gonna say S.
1 and 3 edge out.
Oh no! See, this is where we.
1 and 3.
I'm low on the sin. People love the sin. I don't like the sin as much as most people. I like the child more.
That's Deborah, right? No.
Yeah, the sin is Deborah.
That's Deborah.
I love the sin.
See, to me, Rick is what I like, and Rick's directing this
Ben,
episode.
you're at a B with this. I'm at a B as well.
The child is, I think 20.
You have
it's
S,
like 28 minutes.
So.
Well, no. Let me think about it. I'm trying to talk through it.
Trying to think what the S tiers really are here, though.
Yeah, I want to give. I know, and I want to give the.
I know the S's in my head.
I'm trying to give a good conversation here too. I just think that there is something really impressive about the show. Obviously, it's Brendan Wayne in the suit, Pedro's doing the voice, but to even have no dialogue to convey all the emotion that they do, this is a really vital episode to sell the relationship between Din and Grogu. I mean, at that point, it wasn't a given that Baby Yoda was going to be the big thing, and to have the Jawa him. It remains to this day the reason why I blurted out S. I think if I'm being honest with myself, it's an A. But the reason why I blurted out S is because the Sandcrawler fight is one of my favorite action pieces in the whole show. And the music, and it's really fun, and some of the physical humor that he called back to in the Apostate of Din in the bumping his head. He's sitting there in the huge, or rather in the small Sandcrawler lobby, and I don't know. I've always just loved the Sandcrawler, so yeah. I had the toy as a kid, which is always what you say when you love something Star Wars, right? But I don't know. A is my final answer.
I think it's probably going
fair arguments. I do think again,
Grogu using the Force.
When I say it's a side quest episode, that does not mean a bad thing. I'm not using the word filler, and I'm not relating it to it.
I agree with everything you're saying.
Calling it filler. I agree with you. Yeah.
I got to tier list these episodes in relation.
I just there are episodes that I like.
Another shot.
Thoroughly.
Them dragging all the parts to rebuild the Razor Crest and that great montage in the rain.
Oh yeah, the montage. The montage is
so good. Look, Rick is such a good director.
My favorite part is when Mando just pulls up and just disintegrates
the Jawas.
Yeah, the Jawa. It's awesome.
So uncalled for.
Yeah, I still would put it B, just purely because there's other episodes. But I think all the positives you just listed, I wholeheartedly agree with. So what do you want to do? So looks like
I think it would be high. It would be probably high B.
It'd be B.
B. B. Okay.
I think
All right.
that's
Here we go. The Sin, Deborah Chow. This one's a little hard. I gotta think about this one.
Is it? This is, I feel like, most people's go-to, one of their favorites of the season.
Go-to favorite? No, it's not. It's not my go-to.
It's not that for me.
I just
not for me.
It's like the action sequence out in the like alleyway with like Mando jumping into the like
great action, obviously.
Speeder, and then all the other Mandos coming out. And then
breaking into the
the shootout with Grief is even just like one of my favorite. Like the duel with Grief is just awesome. This is a great Grief ep.
I do like this episode in retrospect. Now viewing this as a whole show, the whole season, these are our first hints of the broader story. You have a scene where Mando is listening into the client and Pershing talking. This is our first, Pershing's technically introduced in the first one, but real dialogue about talking about how they're taking the blood of Grogu and who he's working for and what he wants. And obviously it's the Force sensitive clones, but the point is now seeing that thread built the whole time.
I agree. Yeah, I think this is a really good like setup up for kind of
and of course the debut of the best
carryover to season 3.
Yeah, I know that. The new
it establishes a lot,
and we get our first pretty big chunk of Din flashbacks with the super battle droids.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyways,
the Mando fight is at the end is awesome as well. I think that was a highlight of the whole season.
And then we get our first Grogu sitting in the lap and with the ball.
Yeah. All right. So my question: do you guys like it more than the pilot?
No, I'm going top B for this.
Top B.
Really?
B for Sin.
Well, I'm surprised because I fully agree. But everyone else I talked to, I don't think we ever talked about the Sin before, but I know a couple people who like, live and die by the Sin and are like, it's the best episode of the show. I get it, but it's not for me.
Best episode of the show. Wow.
Yeah, no,
I love the Sin, but something about that.
I like the
first
Sin too,
but it's even just honestly the first 10 minutes of the first episode are like
so good.
The show for
the stuff in the cantina, and then he goes out and
out in the ice.
Oh, I don't know though. Hold on. I'm thinking about
this is tough.
Sanctuary though, and I feel like I don't know if I can live in a world where Sanctuary is above the Sin. Because you guys are I know Ben, you're gonna fight for it as an A or higher.
Hey, whoa! Don't put don't assign me a
Sanctuary is good, man.
You're always.
I know.
Sanctuary is good.
You used to think that Sanctuary was poo poo. I was just saying it's not.
Yeah,
poo-poo.
you're the one with the change of heart on that one. All right, let's focus on the Sin.
As with all the tier lists, I think as we go along, we sort of are like, wait a minute, that shouldn't be there.
Wait a minute, that's not right.
We'll figure it out.
I can agree with the. Well, I'm just purely thinking about if I like the pilot or the Sin better, and I think I like the pilot episode more. So I think I'd put top B as well.
Okay, well, we're all in agreement then.
I'd put it. I think, right there, top B.
I think that's.
I know.
Good.
I know. I think you like 2 better, but I think me and John like Sin better. So.
I mean, I think.
I think I like the Sin better. Great episodes though. This is an arc, a chunk of some great eps. So.
I think
next is Sanctuary.
Always the caveat is we have to put them on a tier list. Obviously, I love all these episodes, and it's like so. It's even if it says B, like I don't know, this is all great stuff.
I don't think I do not hate any of these episodes. So, but we'll get to it. Sanctuary.
Right, Sanctuary.
Well, this has been a debated episode.
You were talking about the side quest. This is the first time where it really deviates, and it's like, okay, new planet, new story.
It deviates
here. Omera, Cara Dune, new characters.
I'm not a big Cara Dune fan, but this is easily her best episode, like overall, I'd say. And I love this planet. I love this storyline with Din.
The village is awesome.
And this woman and this idea of settling down and a peaceful life, which is
I love the Raiders.
Pays off so well down the line at the end of season 3. Like we see these seeds get planted. Me and Levi always sort of theorized that he'd go back to this woman at some point.
It could happen.
I feel like it would have been funny if she like popped out of the Din homestead at the end of season 3.
The Din homestead.
Yeah. But either way, love this episode. So I'm still I'm going bottom of B as it is right now.
It's an interesting dynamic thematically wise, because like you said, by the 4th episode of the show, we established that Din wants to settle down with Grogu and just be a dad. and that he can't because of the Empire hunting him. And so when you had that line in The Return, like, we gotta kill Gideon because this is never gonna end unless they stop hunting you. And for him to finally get that happy ending, I don't know. I think it's a nice. Season 1 establishes is it's a really good bedrock for what the show became.
Yeah,
I think
the eventual goal after all this is said and done. Yeah.
Maybe though, yeah, the ATST.
ATST is awesome.
Tuppy.
Love that scene. You know, I love it coming out of the trees. Scary, definitely the scariest ATST on screen.
Wow, you're ranking Sanctuary higher than me, Levi. I never thought we'd be there. 2 months ago, me and him are.
Wait, where did you put it, Levi?
I say top B.
I'm saying
top
bottom B.
Bottom B, top B.
There's a lot of great moments in this episode.
Should I just average this out? Because I'm not like. I maybe put it in between.
It's fresh on my mind. I rewatched it a couple weeks ago, and it's.
Yeah, I remember. You know, this was always an episode I was, I think, mid on at first, but then I rewatched it when I did my Mando rewatch, and this was definitely one of the standouts. I think.
I don't know if it was one of the standouts, but I was mid on it because I felt it was so.
For me,
already, I thought it was already so derivative of it's Seven Samurai, obviously, but we've also already done this in Star Wars with the episode Bounty Hunters.
It's
in season
Jedi
2.
Crash too.
And it's like we've done this a couple times already in
I love Jedi Crash, so.
See, I like Jedi Crash too, but it's Bounty Hunters. Is like some of the shots are borrowed from that season 2 episode with Hondo attacking Felucia, and it's just that episode is dedicated to Akira Kurosawa. Like it was meant.
I think it's I don't know. I think it's a little more Jedi Crash to me, just because of the like the people don't want to fight. They're peaceful.
Sure.
Either way.
Too. I mean, they're like, we're farmers. There's like the weird bug men. Anyway, I say top B though. A lot of good action, a lot of fun stuff.
Bottom B.
I think I think I'll just go in the center. Because I agree with the points.
I think the Sin a lot more. Personally.
I put it there. Yeah, I think I do as well.
Okay, well then.
All right, here comes our first.
We'll put
our first fight. Dave Filoni's second episode.
Listen, if there has to be any episode that's low in this, I don't dislike the episode, but it has to be the worst of the show.
Hard disagree. This to me is an A episode. I love this episode.
No,
it's definitely not an A.
No,
I know. I
love it. I actually like it more than
the Passenger.
More than
spoiler
most.
alert, are easily going to be the lowest.
No, this episode's way better than the Passenger. The Fennec Shand, him taught him.
This episode's better than the Passenger.
In Tatooine,
those are the two low ones to me.
The Tuscan sign language, the opening with
honestly,
Riot Mar.
I'm just trying to think about how this list is shaping up.
Peli Motto introduction.
Yeah,
she's
the worst.
She's the worst in
this episode. She gets better.
This is as the episode's going.
I love it.
This is just I'm looking at the way that the rest of this list is shaping up, and something needs to go down low. And every other episode besides that and the Passenger is like basically like a B or above. And this has to be down like low C or D.
Yeah, I think I would put this C, but I do like it more than most though. I know this episode gets a lot of hate. I actually do.
I like it more than most.
Like it. I love the flares. I love the just standoff between the two of them and then Fennec Shand. I just think that's
good.
I think that scene was really, really well done. But I don't know. I just like.
They have to rank these
comparatively. If I had to rank these comparatively,
it's better. I love the structure of the episode is great. I don't know. Toro shooting Fennec in the stomach. Mando just gunning him down. I love that.
Yeah, doesn't do it for me. I don't like his character, so I'm going low C.
Low C, crazy. See,
no, it's not actually. I think like most of the world would agree with me on this.
See, I like Toro because they didn't make it. And I could go on and on, but clearly we disagree. So, Johnny, where are you putting it?
Ben, you said C.
Yeah, low C too.
Levi, you said A.
A.
Oof. I'm definitely on the C train. I think I'm on the C train.
I was thinking even D at this point. It's comparatively.
I know, and I'm telling you, comparatively, this is a better episode of television than Sanctuary is.
No.
That
ain't true. That ain't real.
That's not true.
That is real.
That ain't real.
That ain't real.
I like the Sanctuary more. I think I'd put it C as well. So, just I guess. Well, how does that average? It be
It's gonna
bottom
be
B. I
bottom. It's gonna
guess?
be bottom B. Really don't think dude. There's gonna be nothing in C
I know
or D.
B is gonna be a long list. That's the problem.
I know. That's why I'm
B's gonna be really
advocating
long.
for C.
Yeah, I am too as well, just purely because of that. But
All right. Well, I know what Levi's take
All right,
is
well,
on
anyways,
this next
well-
episode.
It's true. I
Oh,
don't
The
know.
Prisoner. I know
All
he's
right.
going S here.
I'm going S as well. I love this app.
All right. Next episode, season 1, episode 5, The Prisoner, written and directed by Rick. And I know
The goat.
Levi's super hot in this one. I know
It's
Johnny's
true.
super hot in this one.
My
I like
love
it.
this app.
I like it quite a
we
bit.
all like it.
I don't know if I'm putting it in that sort of like upper echelon of S tier. I don't know if it's quite making it there for me.
Is
I'm-
it S
I-
for you, Levi?
It's
Yes,
S.
it's definitely S for Levi.
It's S. It's my favorite episode of this season.
It's S. It's S for me as well.
I would put
I
it
think
right
this is a lot
below.
going for it.
Right below the pilot. I think it just is a tad limited in
below-
scope
Hmm.
for me, or scale more.
That's what I like
more
about
rather.
it, though. I like how it's like it's not in small scale, but I like how it's so contained.
I don't know.
Very tight.
I just think the hallways start to get a little repetitive for me, and it's like so obvious. They're just sort of walking down like two sets. Yeah, this is a take I have all across the Star Wars.
Yeah, but I mean that is a lot of.
I
well,
make
I
fun
feel
of
like that is a
Tross for
lot of
this
Star
a lot.
Wars, but
No, the Tross.
Okay.
No, don't start the Tross hallway. I think the Tross hallway.
Tross
is way
hallway?
better than this
I
hallway.
hate the Tross hallway,
The Tross hallway is fully.
but either way, I feel that a tad in the set, and I'm
No, that's
giving it an A. I'm just saying, like, I think there were just a few
fair.
things holding it back for an S.
Well, I think it's funny. We had this whole debate about Gunslinger, and you're like, I think most people would agree that this is the worst episode. I hear that The Prisoner is the worst more often than I hear Gunslinger.
I do
People,
hear
when
this
it came
episode
out.
brought up
Um,
among
People
bad
people do
episodes.
not like this episode. People think, well, I don't know
this
why.
is a divisive app. Yeah,
Because
for
Miggs, like the introduction of Miggs Mayfeld, I have always loved him as that character, and
I love
just-
that whole team.
and the whole crew. I mean,
All
yeah,
the
Clancy
all the
Brown,
bounty hunters.
Berg,
Clancy
and-
Brown, yeah.
Misa,
Yeah.
don't wanna sell it your face.
yeah, but like people,
Right.
people like didn't. They thought they were like, they hated it. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
what
No,
other word-
No, I
I'm
mean,
glad
definitely, again,
we all like it here.
divisive
So.
that.
The fact
Yeah.
that it's even going to be in,
I
S or A, I
So,
think it's
we're
crazy.
so we got two S's and then you're here.
I'm like a
I think?
low A, so
I feel like I put it bottom S.
Let's put a bottom S, yeah, right? Okay. Well, that's our first S app. So that's interesting. All right, I guess let's move on. So we got chapter 7, the reckoning. Is that,
Reckoning.
yeah. Can't even
Deborah
remember it.
Chow.
Yeah, I forgot. Deborah Chow.
This is
Someone
the
take
Quill's
this. Oh,
death.
I can just
Queel
Quill's death. I mean,
like
Quill's
great
death, that's the
IG
highlight.
stuff, and like the intro of Moff
Gideon's
Gideon.
intro. Yeah.
There's a lot of
And
good there.
Gideon has. Actually, let me ask you this: what's your favorite Gideon season? Because mine might be one.
He's like barely.
He's
in
in
one.
one scene.
Yeah, he's barely in one. I don't know if I can say one. It
Three.
probably have
my
to be.
He's-
my answer is 3.
It has to be 2 for me. Once again, we all
Your
have a
answer
different
is 3. Yeah, I know. I don't agree.
Well,
I mean, I think
He has in 3 he
he's
has a little more screen time than he does in 1, and it's both in both instances. It's basically like,
Right.
essentially like one scene and then one action
But
scene.
I think the most iconic
two-
stuff comes from season 1.
In 2 he's spread out, but in very very small quantities, like very
Yeah.
very small throughout.
He's
the-
still
throughout
barely in
episodes.
that scene. I don't know. It's just
In
His
2,
fight,
I don't know, dude.
but his
he's-
fight. But my favorite part of him in 2 is his fight
this fight
with
with
Mando with the
Dylan.
dark saber.
Yeah,
I would
that's
say
fair.
he's in the finale of 2
Fair.
way more than he's in the finale of 3. I would say more.
Yeah, but he doesn't have many
He-
lines. Like he's not really saying a lot.
I don't know. He has that whole conversation with Din, like when he, in the cell with Grogu, and then
I just
the
feel like
sneak attack.
Gideon has the most like iconic, like the most iconic Gideon stuff comes from season 1, and I think like he
I
he's had the
"You
most amount of
have
presence
something
in
I
season 1.
want."
You have
No, I
Let
just
him
I don't know. I
say
just
it.
think him landing
I
on the
think-
tie and coming out the dark saber, like obviously that was the credit.
Yeah,
scene,
no,
I
I
guess,
would,
but-
Johnny. I go 3,
that-
1, 2 for Gideon ranking, which ironically
Okay.
is the same as my normal.
Yeah,
ranking.
I just think I like season 1 stuff of Gideon better than what they do in season 3. Because I think honestly, and I've said this before, I think Gideon is like the weakest part of season 3.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I just the stuff that he does have. I love that Shadow
He's
Council
fair.
scene so
That's fair.
much.
Me
And
too.
I know he's not
Me
in
too.
it, but like his rage.
He's just
in
so.
the suit. I just
yeah.
love the suit. I love the mech suit.
He's just
I
so
love
Yeah, it's the-
intimidating though
if it's
in
the
season 1
character
though.
of
Like he's
Gideon,
such a
like-
presence, bro.
I want Giancarlo, and he's like,
Okay, hold on there. If we're doing Giancarlo, then it's season 1 for me. It's season 1
Yeah.
takes it. If we're doing Giancarlo like face,
He's
like
in the,
act-
he's under the
he-
helmet season 3 a lot.
It's one.
Interesting though. Why do you have season 2 as your favorite, Ben? Just the fight the most, or like
the finale. Like he's the best part of that. Like just that whole scene. Like when he tries to like kill himself. Like it's awesome.
Yeah,
he's shooting at Grogu.
yeah,
like,
that's fair.
I love it.
I just think he has a lot more of a presence in season 1. But anyways, so regardless of that, chapter 7, The Reckoning. This is hard. This is a hard one. I don't know where I'd put this.
Top A for me. Top A.
I'd put it. I don't know
if you guys remember, but this is the episode they released early before Rise of Skywalker.
Yes,
because the force healing thing. So I remember like watching this.
Yeah, Grogu. Yeah.
Like I think they put it out because originally these episodes came in on Friday, and I think they put it out Tuesday night. Or it was like Wednesday or something like that, and I remember Gideon showing up and then seeing the Death Troopers and
they used to be Fridays, man. Those were the days.
The force healing.
I know Star Wars Fridays, dude.
This episode, I was particularly hyped watching this episode. I really liked it.
Yes, yeah, no, I have really fond memories of this episode. This was definitely a hype one. And I just think it has so much going on. I love everything with IG being restored. Obviously he has some cool parts and
Grief's come back.
Grief's come back. This is kind of like Mando assembling the kind of Mando crew in this episode. He's got Kara with him, Grogu, IG, Queel, Grief Karga. Yeah. So, I think I'd put this in A. Yeah, I think just be bottom A.
I would put it top A personally. I'd put it above the
I need to think. What
are your thoughts?
I'm with Levi on this. It's going above.
No, I can do above. These are my fresh takes. The
client getting blasted, just getting mowed down by the Death Troopers. That end scene is just so good.
I love the Navarro Cantina.
To that point,
anyways, okay.
The finale is like those two episodes are just one big episode to me.
Yeah,
it's really hard for me to differentiate.
No, that's fair.
So this is Taika Waititi.
Let's talk about the finale here. The redemption here.
I am talking about it. I'm saying to me it's like I just put it right in the same tier. Like they're like completely on par episodes. To
now,
me.
Here or here.
I agree. However, I would put it below.
I would put it below. I would put it below.
I put it below as well.
But
I think it's great stuff. I mean, I love the TIE fighter fight.
I would put it below the premiere, personally.
Oh, okay.
I would keep it on A, but I would put it below the premiere.
Oh, I don't know, man. This has the armor stuff and like IG sacrificing himself.
Yeah, I mean,
Din's whole thing. Yeah, the flame trooper Din's whole thing.
I think the Gideon TIE fighter fight is a little weak, personally.
I do too.
And the lava river, I don't
think it's weak. I actually do really like that part.
The moment of him busting out with the Darksaber, amazing.
That's great. I know.
But
the actual fight is a little goofy.
It's a little goof. It's a little lame.
Mando grapples onto the TIE wing.
I'm going beneath the.
Great scene. It's a wonderful scene, but in terms of like the finale, it's the real big fight is in the courtyard, and that sort of wraps up.
Yeah, I mean for sure, yeah.
And that's
just like the
I'm
hero versus
I'm going beneath the premiere. Levi's convinced me.
Love this episode, but I think the premiere has more.
Okay.
The premiere is just so solid, but there are a few things in Redemption where I'm like, I wish this was shorter, or I wish this wasn't here.
Yeah, I think I gotta do a rewatch, but that's a fair.
It's the lava river. The lava river drags.
The lava. It does. It's slow. It slows down for sure. I agree with that.
There's like the buff astromech droid bit where like it like comes out and then they just kill it instantly.
So that's our season 1. There it is.
Yeah. See, there's gonna be nothing. There's gonna be like one episode that's gonna be below B in this entire tier list. All right. Well, let's jump into season 2. Let's start with S. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Marshall. Yeah, easily the best cold open to me, even including the Book of Boba Fett intro. Man, I like just that one fight in the I like the boxing ring. It's just when he kicks the pram away, and then the Gamorrean jumps off, and the music cuts out. That fight is one of the best choreographed fight throughout the entire series, in my opinion. And then him swinging up, the guy and
the Batman,
the lights,
interrogation. Yeah.
And then there's all that, and
then
it's just
all the
best directed episodes of the whole series to me. The way that the aspect ratio, the way the aspect ratio like keeps changing, like
yeah,
during the
when they go to widescreen for action. Yeah,
it's
no,
just
I think
so awesome,
And
and
then of
like
course Boba Fett. At
and
the end.
Boba, it was just this was like
Boba
easily the
This is a very
strongest
hype
finale. It's easily the strong, or sorry, a premiere of
pilot
like
or
any of
not
the
premiere, not
seasons.
pilot.
I don't know.
Agreed.
This is
Yeah.
just this is an unmatched episode. This is going top of S as of now.
No,
I
top.
disagree.
I'm putting this over Prisoner. This has to be over.
I don't
Prisoner,
know.
man.
I don't put it in S at all though.
Yeah, I think I might. I
This is
could
dumb.
I
This
could
is
do
such
here
an
though.
S tier episode.
No, I understand
I
why people love
This
it.
is hard. I know.
Degree.
This
Yeah.
is it's such
This
a
is
better
hard.
But
episode than the Prisoner.
my biggest problem is that Tatooine is visually uninteresting to me.
Yes, it's very.
I
boring,
actually think that it's a little
Mos
bit better.
Espa's cool. Crate Dragon's awesome.
I think that like Mos Espa, and then when they're in the the rocky area with the
rocky, the mountain, yeah.
with the Tuscan.
I'm not saying this episode isn't amazing.
And the scene with Cobb like sitting in like I actually think that as far as like the visual Tatooine stuff go, I think there are more like interesting sets and visuals here than the Gunslinger.
A lot of
most of Book of Boba Fett. I think this
has the best Tatooine.
I think this is some of the best looking Tatooine stuff.
The second episode of Book of Boba, the Tribes of Tatooine, is the best looking Tatooine stuff in my opinion.
I don't know. I disagree. I think that there's less there. I think it's often
Ep4 too. Chapter 4 of Book of Boba, as well. 2
and me is mostly just like flat dunes. I actually think that we see a lot more like the geography, the whole like cave area where they fight the Great Dragon.
I think Mos Pelgo.
I would put this.
Did you mean earlier when you were talking about Mos Pelgo, right? Not Mos Espa, because I don't think we.
Oh yeah, sorry, Pelgo.
Yeah, Freetown.
I messed that up too. Freetown.
I don't find it particularly visually interesting in this episode.
I don't know. I love that at first.
I don't know. I know, but you comparing it to
all the wind chimes going. This is such
an semantics. This is semantics because we all love this episode, but this I think it being the setting, the color palette, as it were, just the visuals. I mean,
I don't think that's enough.
It's flat.
To knock it down.
It's flat.
It is. It's just.
But I will say, I just like. I think again. I mean, Ben brought this up. But a huge thing is the Crate Dragon fight. I think is the best Tatooine set piece that we've gotten, and just the way it switches the widescreen, having Din and Cobb Vanth flying like.
I think the Rancor.
Cobb,
I think the Rancor.
What I say?
I think the Battle of Mos Espa, the Rancor in the finale of Book of Boba is a better set piece.
No.
You're hurt. You're hurt.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
The gunslinger. Rather not the gunslinger, but the fight with Boba and Din killing all the pikes outside of Garsa Sanctuary is a way I like that. That is easily one of my favorite blaster fights in all of Star Wars, and is the most interesting.
This is way better directed.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying
I know you're not. I know you're not.
I like that more.
But I'm saying this is my favorite Tatooine like set piece. Do you agree with that, Ben?
I don't know. My favorite Tatooine set piece is Lars Homestead from New Hope. So,
well, that doesn't. We're talking about action.
Like action.
I thought you were gonna say when Reva's fighting.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
he's not.
You like that stuff?
Actually,
all right. Well, let's place this. Let's place this. I think.
I want an S. I really want it top. I want top S.
I'm with Ben, but I just don't know if I can put it in S. Purely just because. No, I'll put it in S. But I would put it here.
Johnny, think about future S's. Is this on? Is this? Do you think?
Yes, it is. It absolutely.
No, it's not.
In my head,
the other S's are slightly better.
The other S's are slightly better.
No, it's S. It's S. It's S.
We gotta.
You said top S, right?
Yeah.
Johnny, make a decision. I'm going A.
All right, I'm bottom S then.
Okay.
As of now, it's top S.
It ends in bottom S then. Or you just said bottom S. I mean.
Yeah, I did.
Call.
I did. Bottom S. I think I'll put it there. All right. Well, let's move on. So the passenger. I don't know if you need to say much.
Peyton Reed.
Peyton Reed. It's not truly a beloved episode. I think it has cool stuff in it, though. I do like what we get. I love the ice planet. Love the spiders. Love Trapper. Love.
Quite good.
Love Carson Teva. You know.
When he gets clotheslined off of the speeder.
Frog Lady.
Yeah,
and Dr. Mandibles.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Mandibles
actually,
in this set.
I actually love the beginning of
Dr. Mandibles' first episode.
I know. I know. Yeah, he's in the gunslinger. Blah blah blah. Don't care.
It doesn't count. It 100% counts.
It counts.
Don't
But
count. This is when Dr. Mandible steals the scene.
I think this is the C. Yep.
Yeah, this is the C.
I'm not gonna fight it.
Levi. Okay.
I enjoyed the episode more on rewatch, but I'm not gonna fight it.
Now on to the Heiress. S goated top of
this
S.
is an S. I don't think we need to.
Do we need intro of Bo-Katan? Some of the coolest Mando action. Rebels. I love the Rebels feel.
This was my favorite episode for a while. I think it's probably my second. It's probably my second or third now. Yeah, but it's definitely top 3 Mando for me.
What is beat it out? What is beat it out?
Well, we'll get there.
I guess we'll get there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's much to say about this episode. I love the planet.
I guess fine.
I love seeing the
planet. The Corrin and the Mon Calamari and just the Mandos and Axe Woves and come on, Casca.
Yeah, it's
that gunfight up in the Imperial transport is so good.
They and then the Empire, dude.
They
drive into the ocean.
Just come on, dude. I mean, Bo is
Ahsoka,
one of the best Mandoverse characters now after season 3 to me.
I disagree. I just disagree.
Intro is just.
I disagree with.
I think there's an archived reaction of me like freaking out about this episode. That
I agree. We all always talk about this. Yes, this is my biggest reaction of the season, but I don't think that the end part of it is as good as you guys remember, and I don't think it deserves to be.
Nope, I watch this episode all the time.
Agree.
As do I. And every time I watch it, I go, "That's not as well. That's not as well done as I was."
Also has one of my favorite shots of the entire show, which is Mando watching the barge blow up in the sunset.
Yes,
seeing,
love that.
3 Mandos
when he flies out.
It's a great episode. It's just an A. I would put it top A, man. I don't think it's S.
No, it's for sure S. This is where
Axe Wove's debut.
Okay, well, I think it's going S. So.
We got 2 top S's. Levi, you're a what?
Them mowing down stormtroopers is not visually interesting to me. It's just not that interesting.
I love the airlock.
And Boba mowing down Pikes is visually interesting.
It's the way it's shot. No, okay. You want to get into this? I mean, specifically, I can go specific moments that I think don't hit at all. When Bo-Katan first enters the Gazanti and she's like doing like the punches thing, you can so clearly tell her punches are not hitting anything, and her like knife isn't even far enough to pierce, and they feel so hollow. The hits feel so hollow. And then
remember in Kenobi when he's just running around with a baseball bat, just smacking stormtroopers, and they're just like getting knocked over.
We're not talking about Kenobi, and I like that less than this. But them mowing down people in the smoke. And Din is like, Din running through, taking all the hits with the Beskar. That is a good, well shot beat. But them just mowing down people like they're in a video game without any resistance is, I don't think, good action. Good action is in this episode when they take out all the Corrin pirates. When Kosk Reeves is doing like,
I agree. I agree.
That stuff is great. But them just like walking with their arms out, like going like this, is not nearly as good.
I agree.
I like that stuff.
I like it. It's probably the
I like that stuff because it shows just like
doesn't make
the Mandos mean business. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It's going in S tier.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Might as well put it there.
Where are you putting it, Levi?
It's not in the top though. I put it in A. I put it like below the. I put it below the premiere.
Below the premiere, so that's like here.
If you both put it in the top of S, then it would be in the middle.
It's definitely in the top of S.
Okay. All right, that's fine there. All right, next is the Siege. I love this ep.
Carl Weathers' first episode.
Carl Weathers' first episode. Underrated ep. I think it's got a lot going for it. I like the hallway stuff. I mean, this is the kind of the first actual visual we see of the clones. We get to check back into Navarro. Love seeing the city and where it's at now.
TIE fighter chase.
I think TIE fighter chase. It's got great action with the troop transport through the
canyon,
what do you call that? The flats, the lava flats. Canyon. I think this actually has some of the best Razor Crest part in this episode is really, really good too.
I agree.
Great part. I think I definitely. This Gene's guy is in this episode. Well, taken out now, but not anymore. But
for a good day.
Gone but forgotten.
That's right.
I agree with everything you just said, Johnny. I like this episode. I like it a lot more than I used to.
It's fun.
I'm putting it in between the Sin and the Sanctuary.
I would put it in A, bottom A. That's my take.
Sin in the Sanctuary, bottom A.
That's a mid B for me.
Let me think about this one for a second.
I really do think the action at the end of this episode carries it up, and this was the first hint.
I would put it here.
Everyone always goes back to it too. This is the you hear Snoke's theme. They're talking about M count. Like it's moving along the
a lot of good lore stuff in this.
The cloning plot line of what the Empire. What
I think I put it here, bottom A. You said bottom A, right, Levi?
Yeah, you get Carson Teva in there too.
And you said where, Ben? Here? No.
Yeah.
Here. You said.
Yeah.
Here.
A little Carson Teva cameo at the end.
So do we? No, be like top B, right?
Yeah.
If there's 2 A's and 1 top B, wouldn't that go?
Oh, you're A, Johnny?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm A. So
that'd be bottom.
That is
fun ep.
Should not be there.
It's a fun ep. All right.
We're getting too loose, dude. We're being too nice.
I don't think so. I
love the Siege.
I think the Siege is a really good ep.
Yeah, Siege is great.
You like to say we're being too nice. I'm trying to put the Eris down.
I think there's a lot better eps past the Siege.
The Jedi.
This is top.
Was waiting. Top. Yeah. No,
I don't know. Do we even have to talk about it?
Much.
This is
we can.
This is one of the best, if not the best episode of the show.
One of the, I think some of the best Star Wars television. Beautifully directed. The planet's awesome. Below Eris.
Yes.
Well, yeah. So Dave Filoni obviously doing a full-on Kurosawa, Studio Ghibli, just Japanese samurai influence. Layer it on Star Wars. Introduction of Ahsoka Tano live action. The cold open.
It's not going to be there.
Deeper into the Force. Learning about Grogu's backstory.
You get Grogu's name. Morgan Elsbeth.
The fight stuff. Thrawn name drop.
Oh no, that's a horrible.
Just love the village. The HKs. Love seeing that fight was awesome.
The Mando stuff in this is also great. His duel with Michael Bihn's character.
Yeah, so good. I think this like top to bottom great up. So we got 2 top S's. Ben, you're a what?
Well, for me, I like this ep little bit less than the Eris, but also I think his leagues is better than the Prisoner. So
I mean, this is like Ahsoka episode 0.
I still can't believe the Prisoner is above some of these episodes right now, but
the Prisoner's goated.
Prisoner's good.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be there though, Johnny. It's going to be to the right. Yeah.
Be here.
Yeah.
That's honestly kind of foul. The Jedi deserves to be above Prisoner.
I agree. I agree big time. But it's not going to go that way because I like it better than the Prisoners. I like it. Sorry, better than, or not as much as the Eris. So I would go behind Eris for me.
All right, let's keep rolling. Let's get some hot takes in.
We got the tragedy, the Boba. Not Boba's intro. Well, Boba's pilot episode.
I'm going to start. I loved this episode when it first came out, and then for a while it was like maybe top 3, definitely top 5, and like, dude, it is not aged well, man. When I watch it back, it's like, oh, this is just the like California Hills like fan film.
Oh, well, that
I know Johnny hates when I compare things to fan film, but dude, it just looks like.
Well, it's usually just with a negative context, which
in this case, I am saying that it is definitely held back as an episode. Because
I understand. Yes, the on location stuff definitely you can tell.
It's so jarring.
Very apparent.
Some of the action is just like not amazing.
I think the action
it has great moments. Some of it's like the Boba getting his armor back. That sequence is just
great.
Amazing.
I love the.
And I like the Dark Troopers swooping down.
Dark Troopers. Yeah,
but I struggle to put
this. This is the intro of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, no,
we're at the end of.
Yeah, you see them in Siege. You see them
first time in action. I struggle to put this above anything in B. Well, I'd probably put like mid to top B.
This to me is bottom B, quite frankly. I'm glad we have the same take on this because I too love this episode, or really thought it was like the best episode of the show coming out of it. And then every time I rewatch it, I'm like, it's just not as good.
Just to be a little picky, I might put it here, but I could just put it at the end.
But it's a credit to the episode that it's as good as it is because as the lore goes, I would probably John gave Robert Rodriguez like a 10-page script or whatever. He was like, make this into an episode.
Right.
I would put top B still, just for the Boba stuff.
Top of B?
Yes.
It's not better than the Sin. Come on.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know, dude. It's just like a weird Boba thing for me. It's like it has Boba has like, dude, that like when that slave one flies in over Tython, it's just like.
So then I'd go here.
Yeah, it deserves.
I mean,
to
I'm
be-
okay. I'm okay with that too. Really, anywhere in B, but
Yeah.
I hope. All right, hopefully we can agree on this one. Goated alarm, The Believer.
Goated alarm.
You asked what my favorite episode was. It's this one.
Yeah, this is the best of the show. Yeah.
This is the best episode of the show by far.
Do we all agree?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's
unanimous?
like it's not even that close anymore. This is a pretty easy favorite of the show.
I think I just like the Jedi more.
The Jedi and the Believer.
This is
certainly
top.
the two best of season 2.
Yes,
That's to
for
me
sure.
is no doubt.
No doubt about that.
But the Believer is, in terms of the way it's written, is leagues
Just got a
better than almost any other Mando episode.
Performed too. Just the performances are. I mean, obviously, Bill
And
Burr is
everything in it. I mean,
standout,
people like to
but
say this episode
Pedro's
is
great in
boring,
this episode,
but in
too.
terms of just fan service stuff, you get Boba Fett standing next to
Mhm.
Fennec Shand and Mando and Cara Dune and Migs
You
Mayfeld.
get to be
and
inside the
and
Slave
Boba-
One.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I
Boba's
love when
making-
you're able to see.
I thought you
cockpit
were this other guy.
spin.
And then
And,
you
yeah,
the little Mando whistle. It's
Boba's making.
Yeah,
They
it's so
won't
sick.
recognize my face, and like
Yeah.
jokes like
Yeah.
that. And then on top of that, you get this crazy scene with
love the planet.
Valen
Top of the
Hess.
truck.
You know, Pedro actually gets to act, and they're talking about
Mhm.
Operation Cinder and all this cool
Cinder,
lore
yeah.
stuff that tying
Mhm.
into this horrible, trauma, and freaking Mayfeld's talking about how Alderaan and Mandalore both got destroyed, and like the politics of like war. It's so interesting. It's so good.
And,
So
and Migs taking a shot with a cycler and blowing.
Are
up
we
the
all
right
saying
way,
top
and then
S?
It's just doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite
Top
episode.
No,
S,
so
okay.
I can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Valid. All right. Well, Believer, love it episode. I mean, just all positives all around. Such a good episode. Okay, the rescue.
Rescue.
I think we might be a little. Actually, I don't know where. our
Right,
stance
the
is
rescue.
at here.
Luke Skywalker, S. Everything else,
Goated.
like top B.
I don't agree at top B, but I
Peyton
I
Reed,
see-
man.
I
the
can see, 'cause
acting is
I
just
like-
not shot. There are moments that are really great. Like one of my favorites
standout
are
moments, yeah.
are like Axe and not Axe, Casca and Bo like flying back up from like underneath the little like bridge
see, I
area.
don't
Yeah, the bridge.
I
I
don't
love
know. I think that moment looks.
I
kinda
love the
terrible.
part in the bar and like in Bo's like I've heard you.
The opening
voice
is great,
dozens of times.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
love the
fantastic.
opening.
which is why the
Boba Fett.
opening,
Yeah,
and the ending bits.
I love the.
I think merit it in top or bottom A, but I agree with Ben that
Mhm.
the core of this episode feels like a B kind of episode. Like there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, but there's too much. There's too
Like,
much in there.
yeah.
The act-
There's too much good in there.
There's
It,
too much
it,
in
it
there. It's
definitely
not
it
good.
definitely
Too much
lands
good.
in A. It definitely lands in A.
yeah, there's too much good. It certainly is an S though.
I think I'm putting it honestly. I would
I
put
think
it
I'm bottom S.
between the Reckoning and the Mandalorian.
I'm bottom S or top A.
I put it bottom A, so it's gonna
Bottom
end in A.
A.
It's definitely gonna end in
And
A.
you put it where, Ben? Here, you said.
Yeah,
Between-
between the Reckoning and the Mandalorian.
So I think it would just go here.
I mean, I recognize what everyone says. I mean, yeah, the Gideon Mando fight, amazing. All the action.
Yeah.
Well, not all of it. A lot of the blaster action leaves
yeah.
something to be desired.
Yeah. Didn't
But-
Gideon's fight is awesome. I don't know. I just
But all
the
the
Dark Trooper
hand-to-hand
fight.
stuff
Didn't the Dark
is
Trooper?
great. But I've said it a million times on the channel.
So many good points. though,
CGI,
I don't
the
know.
Luke thing has faded for me. The moment is great, but it doesn't.
Fair.
It's just it feels more. It doesn't work. As well.
Compared to Book of Boba Fett, and I imagine we'll see him again. It's probably gonna be 10 times better than Book of Boba Fett. So understandable.
It just doesn't work as well. But then the emotional aspect of it at the end is great. But in terms of the way
And
it's
it's-
shot, it's just not shot as well as it could be. And I'm watching it going, this you could have done something more interesting with a given scene because it's Peyton Reed, and I'm like, not ever like it doesn't look that
Yeah.
good sometimes. Where I'm like, I'm loving what I'm watching, but it could look better because Rick Famuyiwa just did the previous episode and it looks freaking amazing. And like I know that there's when you put the directors like that next to each other, when we're ranking it this way, like Peyton Reed really stands out as like this doesn't look as good. The show can look much better because it can. I mean, wait till we get to season 3. Season 3
know,
every
that's fair.
episode of season 3 looks better than
Well,
the rescue.
we in it now. We in it.
That's how I
For
feel about
season 3.
Kenobi.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get me to disagree with that. I mean,
listen. I love the siege. I agree.
Siege.
Payton, it's tough because yes, I think could have been better directed. However, what we got, very appreciative of it. And I think it's great.
it's not that he's a bad director. He had a great script. It's just
Yeah.
that if Rick Famuyiwa was
Yeah.
on that script, I know that episode would be
I think it. Yeah, a lot
top of S
better.
because Rick
Yes,
has that kind
agree.
of skill.
I agree. All right. Well, that's enough about the siege. I mean, goated stuff, but I put it in S. But anyways, all right. So here we go.
Oh, the
Chapter
apostate.
17, the apostate.
You know what? I think for the sake of the list, but also, I mean, I don't think it's horrible. I'm going like top C on the Apostate. Loved it when it came out. Thought it was for the sake of the list. For the sake of the list, something needs to go down.
No.
My true answer is it's somewhere in B. But
my answer is I would give this for these ones. Obviously, we don't need to recap that much because everyone just saw these. To me, this is top. This is the top of B. The Vane stuff. I love the Navarro stuff.
Yeah, I just love how much we get.
Fight.
I'm taking Sanctuary over the set.
No, I'm taking Apostate over every other episode in B in terms of just raw fun factor. Johnny's right. It's like a sampler plate of all the fun parts of Mando.
That's what I love about it.
And you get that great ending with Bo-Katan sitting in the throne.
I know.
I will say though, it is my. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It is my It's my bottom of my season 3 list, but I still love it.
I think it's the bottom of all of our lists.
I think straight up as an episode of television, like I'm trying to imagine it as a script. I just don't think it's as strong as a lot of
which
these
is why it's in B, but I don't think it's
episodes.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a B.
No,
I'm just trying to think.
I said for the sake of the list.
The top
realistically, I'm putting it probably right below Sanctuary, but
I think I'd put it
because nothing else is going in C at this point. So
no, yeah, I think I put it here. I
was about to say, all right, for the sake of the list, we sacrificed the Apostate.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing else is going to go and C at this point. It's going to be a goofy tier list, and everything is B or above, right?
All right, put it.
For the sake of Apostate.
I know, but but we like this episode.
It's probably somewhere like in mid to top B, but for the sake of the list.
It's funny because it looks like we've done this list of just the ones with Grogu in the thumbnail. That's what's C.
I know, on the bottom. Yeah, these two.
Grogu.
No,
let's get the Grogu list. Yeah, I mean, I like this episode a lot. I think I was definitely very excited about it when it came out, and it was a very exciting.
Oh, the opening is so good too. It hurts me to see it in C. But Ben's argument about how imagine it as a script, like I know, it's just like the most like
convoluted
episode. That's fair.
I'm trying to look at these all as an episode.
Purrgil though, Ben. The Purrgil.
I know.
I know. It's a good moment.
Purrgil.
It's way better. It's better than the tragedy. It's better than Gunslinger. It's better than Sanctuary.
It is.
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna put it here, bro.
Yeah, I can't sacrifice
I'd put it here. This is where I'd put it.
Leave it.
Levi?
Yeah.
Well, Ben, where would you put it? See?
I said I would put it. No, I always said I would put it below Sanctuary.
And if we're doing 2 versus 1, it just ends right there. If it's a one-person difference. No, if it's a one-person difference.
I agree with you guys. This is just for the sake of the list. Can we just say that and then put it down there?
No, that's fine.
No,
at the end, maybe we can move one of the B's.
Yeah, we can move one. I think
I think I could hear arguments. Honestly, you know what pops into my mind, Ben? I think Tragedy is the only other C episode.
Dude, no, there's too much good there, man. There's the Boba.
I actually did think about that.
Dude, even Tragedy. The Boba like talking to Fennec and
no, but like they're standing in the middle of California and it looks like shit.
Yeah, I know, you're right.
Like it's such a weird.
I don't think it looks atrocious, but yes, it's jarring.
There are some shots where
I will call it jarring.
The shots of the troopers running out, specifically, the like yellow like mortar trooper, running out of the transport looks.
Also, this episode did hurt me after buying the Hasbro Pulse Razor Crest. Literally the week
the only like really
the thing ended.
I don't subscribe to this line of thinking, but sure.
The only like really redeeming part of
we buy Death Star stuff that blew up.
I know. I it's more so a joke, but
the only really redeeming part of Tragedy is like you said, like Boba kicking ass. Like that is like that's an amazing moment. But the way all the rest of it looks, like there's nothing really that stands out about episode. The whole
I like the Seeing Stone.
I'll put down my blaster if you put down your jetpack. It's like, why is he put down his jetpack?
I wouldn't be crushed if it ended up down there in C, but
I'm making an argument.
I don't know. I mean, I'm glad we all sort of like.
Why don't we talk about this one at the end? We'll move some stuff around.
All right, mine's a Mandalore.
Let's keep going. Mine's a Mandalore.
Quick fire. A. I say A. Where in A? Well, let's talk about it. But where are we? Where
in A? Let's talk about it.
I'm feeling bottom A.
I'm feeling
right above the Siege.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
here or you above?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I like it there.
I mean, it's just a good episode. There's not much else to say.
Good
it's like going to Sundari.
Seeing Mandalore again.
The crazy spider thing.
I do like the Spider Grievous robot thing. I do
Katie
like that.
Sackhoff has recently called an interview. She calls it the Crone,
the Crone.
I don't know. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
love the Bo-Katan stuff. But
no, I'm trying to think what that means. The crone.
Oh. All right. I mean, much to say about this app.
No, I like
Good
it.
lore app. Love Bo.
Mandalore, man. Bo kicking ass.
All right. The Convert.
Personally, I'm going right below Mines. I know you guys both had Convert higher than Mines and Mandalore. For me, on my episode ranking list, it was Mines was just one ahead of the Convert. So
this would, I think it'd be the opposite.
Put it what here?
Mine would go right above Mines.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I think A is about to get flushed out because I think most of season 3 is in A.
No, I would put it there as well. The Convert here.
The opening fight is so good. We stopped saying directors, but it was Rachel Morrison.
You know what? I think I might put it higher than because I love the intro and the outro. That the Coruscant stuff is obviously great too.
I love the Coruscant stuff.
I'll put it. I might.
I personally like it right where it is, but you're saying
I like it where it is too.
No, I do too. Yeah, I like. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Colorado again.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So, this is the Foundling. Foundling.
Kelleran Beck, Flashback, Shriek
Foundling. Yeah.
Kelleran Beck.
I had the Foundling.
Love all the Mandos together. Yeah, I mean, I just like the Kelleran Beck stuff is obviously the standout, but I think all around great up.
Yeah, awesome.
All around great up. Yeah, that's Shriekawk's up.
And has a great
love the fight scene.
Ending for Bo.
I like good
Bo. I love the Paz stuff. I think this is Paz's best app. Stuff with the sun too is really cool. Getting a little bit about that. That's
funny. I want to make a great point about Bo. This is responding to a debate we were having earlier with someone, but I think Bo. Yeah, this episode, Bo's arc in the season, like her really, she has to decide. She's making the choice to stay with. To see what it's like in the Children of the Watch, because in the last episode, like she gets the helmet on, and the armor is like, you can stay if you want, and she makes the choice to try and commit to this and see this way of life. And after seeing the myth story, I don't know, I love this for her. Now it's in C, which confuses me. What's happening there?
Yeah, I don't know why it's on there.
I'm just
for me. It's right above the Reckoning.
I mean to move it.
No, sorry. Well, no, below the Reckoning.
Above the Reckoning.
Right. It's A, yeah, mid A.
Okay.
I think the Reckoning is a little.
So this was my second favorite app.
Yeah, you love this app, according.
I do love this app. I think it just has. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just trying to think if it's S or not.
I don't think it's S.
Yeah, I don't think it's S. Okay, I think I put it here. I put it here as well.
Well, I would
leave it there.
Put it lower. No, what?
You put it lower?
Yeah. We both said below. We both said below the
below the Reckoning.
That's the Rescue. Oh.
No, it's not.
Wait, Ben,
you said the Reckoning.
The Reckoning? I thought you said Redemption. Oh man.
Hold on, where would you put it? You put it here?
No. Sorry, no, I don't know. I know. I got it swapped around. No. Sorry, Redemption.
Yeah, I thought you meant Redemption because I was like,
yes.
Oh, I thought you meant. Okay, you said Reckoning. I think.
Johnny, you were putting it in the right place. He just said the wrong thing.
Sorry. No.
I do think I do think I put it here. So that's
where I want. That's always where I wanted it.
Here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Levi, you're where?
Lower, behind Redemption, like we just said. Are we getting?
So it'd be like here.
I was getting mixed around with the names. Redemption.
It'd be like here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Pirate.
Cool. This is my favorite app. I love the action. I love seeing the Mandos together, and it's just a lot of really cool stuff. I feel like, I don't know. I think this episode has a lot going for it. I just think it's a
Gorian
cool
Shard.
Love all the Gorian Shard, R.I.P. But the Navarro stuff, I don't know. I just think it's banger app. Top A for me. This is my favorite episode of the season.
I'm gonna have to bring this one down a little bit. I was thinking like bottom B.
Bottom B. Whoa.
Above the. I'm just looking at all the eps ahead of it. I'm like, I think I just rather would sit down and watch any of those episodes.
Yeah, but okay. I think that's.
I'd probably put it here.
I put it above the Tragedy. I put it between Tragedy and Sanctuary.
we're always talking about the as an episode of TV thing, and I think as an episode of television, this is one of the best constructed of the show. It's very well put together.
I think I'd put it here though. That's my personal. And then Ben, you said bottom B.
Yeah, like below the
Levi.
I said top A. This is the top of A, like very top.
So
I think it'll end probably like right above the Siege.
Here.
No, what? No. It would end at like bottom A. If I'm saying bottom B,
it'd end bottom A. Yeah, it'd be an
A. We got two pretty much top. Okay. I don't know if that completely is.
I'm going bottom B. I think is taking it all the way. Maybe you could put it ahead of the Siege.
No,
I think it would be one ahead of the Siege personally.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I'm probably gonna move it anyways.
Guns for Hire. So this is my 7th ranking ep of the season. I like it. I think it's actually a pretty fun ep. Some people are kind of bothered by the actor cameos. I like that they're in it. It's I don't know. This episode's fun. I don't have much to say about it. It's a good. It feels like Clone Wars. It's a fun mystery ep. Din and Bo. Obviously this is her Bo getting the
the cold open and the ending.
That is princely charm, man.
Prince.
I'm there for it. I love that stuff.
Yeah, Yeah.
Making the galaxy feel a bit bigger.
I don't really have a ton to say. It's fun. It's fun.
The very top of B is where
I was gonna say this is between Sanctuary and Tragedy for me, as the list stands currently.
Between Sanctuary and Tragedy.
I think Tragedy deserves to be lower, and I think this should be.
I think we can talk about that, but I'm just as that list stands. I'm just using that for my placement.
I'd actually probably put it.
I actually think Sanctuary
in between. You said
similar. That's where I would put.
Someone say in between. Yeah.
I said top, and then I said in between. So it's
top of B.
Yeah, I said top of B. Yeah. He said in between. He's in the middle. So where do you put it?
I gotta think about this up.
Johnny, do you want to
important.
I think.
No,
I mean, the fight
between
Jack
her
and Bo is great.
Yeah,
I think
it's cool.
It's hilarious. We've talked about this show
before. Come on, Axe Wove's bow fight at the end.
Yeah, but the
Axe Wove's bow fight is good.
Design, tying into the Imperial Amnesty Program, picking up that thread from episode 3.
Yeah.
Sort of
Grogu gets knighted by Lizzo.
People forgot this. There was a broader implication of this episode, and Jack Black and Lizzo hire Mando and Bo in exchange for petitioning the New Republic to recognize Mandalore as a sovereign system. Which obviously going forward will be a big deal. And Christopher Lloyd talking about Count Dooku is also
Count Dooku. Yeah, I know. Count Dooku's right. Okay. I think I put it here too. I'm with Ben. So
I think you just move one up.
Just move one up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, and now we got The Spies, the most confusing episode title. We've now resolved it.
Yeah.
Now figured it out.
If do you want to talk about just one to
the 2-parter finale? What do you say?
I can just go real quick, and I think
they're both S. Personally.
I'm just gonna wrap it. I'm gonna say that Spies is very top of A, and then I'm gonna say that
I don't think Spies is S.
Very bottom of S.
I would agree with that.
I think they're both S. They're both bottom S for me. Personally, I'd put them both above Eris.
I'd
put them in the middle of S. But
yeah, I'd put it here and then top A. I'm with Ben with that one.
So that's probably
actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If there's only one,
I like those. I mean, I don't know. We don't need to recap those episodes because it's very fresh in everyone's mind. But
the rad.
Like this finale.
I think it's safe to say that we all like The Mandalorian.
Yep.
Oh, I do think it's interesting though that season 2 has the highest propensity of S's, but has highest propensity of S's, but also the lowest episodes. Season 1 is the most. Season 1 has the most B's, and then
most consistent.
And season 3 has the highest rated.
I think that's a
very in my view.
Good. I think that's like exactly how I feel about each season.
With me
I think 2 has the standouts, but then I think 3 has always just been like 3 and 1 have been better, just like consistently.
Consistency. That's fair. But I would just say 2 is probably my favorite. Just looking at this list again. Anyways, but yeah,
So
this is our
I'll
list.
usually make one move, but is there anything we unanimously want to move?
I think
Because
moving the tragedy down to C. So the top.
You
of
want to
C.
do that? Okay.
I think it's the
Then-
only episode that truly deserves.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
crazy how
I
much
don't
of a
know
leap
if
it is. Because really, when this came out, I was like, "That's my favorite episodes of this show." But
It,
I just
it hits.
I'm
it
really
hits
hard on
multiple
Kenobi for
slots.
its visuals, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to keep that energy when it comes to
That's fair. When it comes to this,
tragedy.
yeah.
So fine, bring it down to C.
Top of C though.
Yes,
Alright.
definitely better than
Um,
the past.
I can get behind it.
Okay,
Trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, no, I guess nothing really standing out.
so we can all make a
um,
move here.
okay.
Something up, something down.
I mean, personally, I
wants to
kind of like.
start?
I like
I'm-
this list as it is, but
I'm pretty. I don't really have any hot takes right now.
I don't know if
Really?
there's anything I feel super. Well, let me just look at this.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be a hater, but I do have a move. So
All right, go ahead.
I think everyone should make a move, though. If I'm gonna make a move, everyone got to make a move.
Yeah, no, we will.
Then
But
it's
you
gonna
go. You go
get
first.
because I'm gonna move Eris out of S, and y'all gonna get mad at me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move the prisoner out of S.
Well,
so-
exactly. Then I don't think it's representative of our takes though. Then you know.
I
That
don't
would just
think the S. I don't think I love the prisoner. And that is one of the episodes I actually go to
Absolutely
and watch
an S.
back, like
Yeah.
on its own the most. Like if I'm gonna move
I
to
mean,
Mando,
if we want to do the one move though, prisoner
I
and
just-
Eris are getting moved down.
okay.
Well, I don't.
That's
Well, I
the
don't
trade.
want to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's the trade though, because I am moving Eris out. Eris is not S to me.
See, I don't really have any hot takes right now, so I just don't know what I.
Okay, then use your move to put Eris back in, Johnny, and then we're all
No,
good.
you can't do that. That doesn't make it.
Yeah.
I want to make my
Ah,
move, dude. We
you know what?
always make a move.
I'll say it.
You were
I
not
do.
promised.
I do think our list is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
pretty
this is
actually
a
satisfied
pretty-
with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with it too.
Yeah, I'm not.
But
I'm
what-
not,
okay,
itch, I'm not
okay,
itching
can
for
we
a
move the
move.
prisoner down a little bit? It is
Yes,
just
I agree with that. I think it should
Alright,
move down.
alright.
I would
Here's
even-
where I do it.
okay.
Honestly, yeah,
I'm
I
happy
agree with that.
I'm
I agree.
happy with that.
Okay.
Fine.
Alright, alright.
All right. We like Mando.
Okay,
I don't know.
cool. I
This
think-
was
I
just
think-
like,
yeah.
it's all good. I mean, we didn't,
Mando
we
Love
didn't even have an
podcast.
F. We don't even have an F on this tier list.
No,
Didn't even need it.
I don't think there's a. No, I don't think there's an F Mando F.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
there
think that
wasn't
exists.
even a D.
Well, I mean, not that I
I
can.
would,
yeah,
not,
I was-
that we, not that we should right now because you already run a little long. But I think
Yeah. The
I
Boba
think
F's.
the Boba F's. I think you guys would fight for some of them to be lower.
Now,
I'm not counting the
but would
whole
you
show.
put all
I would
the whole
just do
season, or
Return
would
of
you
the
put the Mando
Mandalorian.
F's? Yeah,
and
I would do the whole season.
From the desert comes a stranger, and both of those are S
Alright.
tier episodes.
those are both S's. So yeah, I mean that's not a debate.
Those are easily both S's.
Easily
I
S.
agree. So I guess if we were just gonna do that,
Yeah.
then,
I don't think there's contention there.
The
Yeah,
Boba
I mean,
episodes, I don't think there's a Boba episode besides maybe 2. I think 2 I would put in A. The rest would be
Four,
A,
two and
B and
four.
B,
4 is
yeah.
good. Him getting the slave one out of Jabba's palace is good.
it's good.
That would be like-
I'd probably
that'd be
put
like
that top
top
A.
B for me.
That's top A level.
The finale
Or
is
top B,
also
excuse me,
at
top
least
B.
worthy of B.
Dude,
Yeah.
the finale is honestly some of the most boring Star Wars to me.
Okay, we're not gonna.
The finale, the finale
I get
finale
so
has
sick
some
of,
good
like,
parts, but
of
it
those
does
big
also
spider
run
droids. I
long.
get so
It's
sick
like
of it.
tragedy bit though. It's like tragedy
Yawning.
bit. It kind of runs. It runs on a little.
All right, whatever. We like this
Multiple.
list. We can all agree on this, please.
It's a good
Boba,
list.
Kenobi,
Good
all
list.
those other shows,
Okay.
we disagree.
Don't close
If
this
you
out,
if
Johnny,
you
before
if you can't tell, what'd you say?
Oh, never mind.
If you
Just-
can't tell, we like Mando. I think that's the idea here.
Let's throw this
But I
other boy
mean,
back on here.
like I said, we ran a little long. Well, not long. I mean, it's a
It's
pod.
pretty standard.
We can.
No time for news though.
But I think we can wrap. Yeah, we'll talk about more on,
Yeah, we-
on Wednesday or maybe another pod. But thank you guys for watching. It's another All Nerds podcast. Give us your thoughts on Mando in general. Now 3 seasons, had 3 seasons worth of the
I
show.
think that people
So
will disagree with us on.
I was gonna say I got a feeling
Yeah.
that
what are
some of
what
these are going to be very.
do you guys think our hot
contentious
takes
among
are?
fans.
Yeah, I know.
I-
I'm expecting
I know.
that. But we'll
I know,
see.
Brent. I know you're going to have something to say. I just know it.
But,
Don,
let
say
us
it.
know, guys.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I have something to
Uh,
say.
It's going to be controversial. It's going to be controversial.
It's gonna be controversial. I think we made some controversial takes, but I think at least in terms of our group here, I think we're in pretty much
I'm happy
agreement.
with it.
So I'm happy with it too. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.